Counting down the best James Bond pre-title sequences, at number 9, it may not have James Bond in it, but it does have The Man with the Golden Gun.
I'll say it's to start with. I think this is definitely top 5 pre-title.
I know it's one of your favourites, isn't it?
Whoa.
I mean, I say that, and then I think about all the other ones. I'm like, maybe not. No, I genuinely do. I think it's obviously the call and repeat. We get it later with Bond, which makes it. I mean, that version of it's even better, obviously, because it's got Bond in it. I think it'd be hard to argue it's the most intriguing pre-title sequence. Like,
I agree, Tom.
What on earth is going on? Who are these people? Where is this place, which had never been seen before on cinema?
This, introduces you to the villain. The sort of scheme of the man with the golden gun, or the villain's scheme, is sort of secondary. So it's all about him.
Yeah,
and
the title.
Amazing.
Yeah,
character. Piece, this film.
Yeah,
character study.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's a great gun barrel theme, which is pretty quick, and then instantly doom.
Yeah, intrigue immediately.
Yeah,
absolutely. In the most the most beautiful lush beach, but the music would. This is a bit unsettling.
Straight away, we're introduced to Scaramanga, Knick-Knack, and Miss Anders. Straight away.
Yeah. And the third nipple. You're introduced to it all.
Yeah.
You get it all.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this? It's like a...
And you get straight away that whilst it's such a remote area, it should be intimate for these three people.
Yeah.
And it's just not. So Scaramanga and Miss Anders are right next to each other, yet so apart emotionally.
Oh, yeah.
My word.
From that.
You learn so much from her, and without saying
You
anything.
really do.
Yeah.
Her face, you can tell she looks like vacant and sort
of remarkable.
I do
So
think she's
good.
a really good actress.
Yeah, she is. She is.
And it's just as much a character study on Knick-Knack as it is on Scaramanga.
Yeah.
Because you have this thing going on where you think, what is Knick-Knack?
Yeah, whose side
is he a loyal servant? Is he betraying Scaramanga? Is this all kind of motivation to get Scaramanga better? Is there the thing that he actually, if Scaramanga dies, it all becomes him, and that's what motivates him? There's so many questions that come from this piece.
Yeah.
I think I just had this outside my top 10, and I'm not the biggest man with a Golden Gun fan, but I think this is an absolutely brilliant pre-title sequence.
Yeah, I think it is. It's got, like Tom says, and like you're saying, John, a foreigner arrive at their island. Like, wow, someone's stepping up. And again, in a suit, he is like, an alien. It's like...
Yeah, it is. Well, it's meant to be
that. Guy Hamilton said that, didn't he?
Wicker Man.
Condensed
Wicker Man, isn't
someone who's completely different from that environment.
Yeah. That opening shot
of him.
Of him, that's not the shot, but that the strings, just so. It's so. I mean, the cinematography never really gets mentioned.
What's happening here? Who were those people before? Why is this guy suddenly arriving?
It's just come for us, and it turns out, and I think I'm only just appreciating this. He's just come for a straightforward assassination, doesn't he?
Yeah. Because he's already
he thinks he's going to shoot him there, and then he thinks he's got him when Scaramanga comes in. He thinks Knick-Knack's giving him the heads up and giving him the back door in so that he's ready to shoot him. And he's got his money, job done.
Right.
Knick-Knack, Tabasco!
Right away, Monsieur Scaramanga.
He's almost Knick-Knack's his manager, isn't he, in a way? He'll probably have arranged it all with this gangster guy.
Yeah.
He won't know anything, because Scaramanga won't know anything about who... He probably doesn't know... darling, I'm just going to go in and I'll be gone for a few minutes or whatever. Don't know why. Don't know what he's doing. He knows he's got a duel. That's all he knows.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got this funhouse for that purpose. It could be from anyone from around the world. And he's just paid them, he gets half. Because Knick-Knack organises all that.
Half. You get the rest later.
So even, the casual viewer might be thinking, this is Knick-Knack's island, and he's paying these two people to... fight. There's no way of knowing until you...
And like you're talking about the first time you watch it, like when you first see the Golden Gun, like, it's nothing to do with Bond. The Golden Gun is central, and Scaramanga doesn't actually have a gun. What's the role of that Golden Gun?
It's so good though, because you might at the back of your mind be thinking Bond might have to go through this. This might not be the only time we see this. I don't know. Maybe you wouldn't think that, but then to have Bond go through this later is amazing. One of the main things about this is he has to find his gun.
Yes, that's right.
I wonder where you can find your gun, Monsieur Scaramanga. little golden gun.
And it's not, you know, he doesn't.
Well, he would have died. Unless Knick-Knack puts the lights.
It's because it's a surprise, is it?
Just shot him.
There is something we haven't had before. I wonder what it can be. I fooled you.
It's so fascinating.
Properly tried to trick him, or is it just an incredible test for him?
I think it's a test. I think it's just an fascinating thing that you've got this absolutely beautiful island, and he goes inside to his own gym, and he's trying to absolute opulence going on here.
Yeah.
But then one change of the lights, and you go into Horrorland.
Yeah.
And it's
the sets, the design.
That would be too easy. You know, when he's trying to get the gun out of he's locked the.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been too easy. It's locked. You'll have to look elsewhere, monsieur.
And I know we say it on every single one of these, but John Barry's score is just
it really is.
Absolutely.
Again, I think
sickeningly good.
It could be in his top 5 best compositions for me, I think.
Yeah.
Especially when it gets going at the end.
Dear. And again, it's another one of those pre-title sequences where you're only about 3 or 4 minutes in, and you're absolutely engaged and focused on a whole new story that you don't really know what's happening, but you feel the tension. You feel like there's something building up here. You don't quite know what's at stake necessarily, but this is so good to watch in its own right. As like a set piece, as an action sequence. It's a brilliant wrapped up little mini adventure, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, the Funhouse itself, how original is this?
Yeah.
I presume it's not been done before. Obviously, the idea of the duel has been done before, and they had various influences of, which is more at the end when they're outside on the beach. But to take someone into this Funhouse where they're not obstacles. It's not like the Holy Grail, where they need to pass tests and there's actual people shooting. Can I just say I'm sure, please tell me, I don't know whether they mentioned this before, the first cowboy that comes out of the moustache.
Roger Moore.
It's Roger Moore, isn't it?
Roger Moore. It's 100% Roger Moore.
What is the conclusion on this
review? And it blew my mind then, and it still blows my mind now because I never think to look. Why don't I?
It is.
As in, is it a model?
Yeah, the same mannequin, I assume.
Yeah, because it doesn't show you the face completely. There's like half a shadow over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the same mannequin. It's not a mannequin later on. It's Roger Moore.
No, only in that shot. I think some of the shots there is a mannequin, but really? I might be wrong.
That's what I can't work out. What's mannequin? Is it really Roger Moore? Because he'd have to be there in a few minutes' time.
Yeah.
But what an odd thing to do.
But
unless it's just for the little wink, kind of.
Of course, the moustache from The Man Who Haunted Himself as well.
I love those the slanted doors.
Yeah.
And then he trips up, doesn't he? And like giggle, and like gets really excited. Knick-Knack's got a control room. Like, what is this place?
Yeah. And he's getting kicks out of that control room, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the thing is that there's a whole thing of like the sexual excitement that Scaramanga has from killing. For the kill. But Knick-Knack looks like he gets pretty darn excited by doing control switches and sorting that out as well. I think there is a real sexual element to it. I do think.
Well, when he goes back with Bond there, the same trick of the trip, he laughs as just the same because he'll have seen this happen so many times with people, and like they just keep falling for it. They can't do it.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, how many bullets have they used? They used a guy, and you think, heck, he's not got many left here now. But you waste loads on the saloon people when they come out, and all that.
Hey, Al, whatever you are, don't hold it against me.
The Scaramanga Funhouse theme, again, is sensational, but adds to that eeriness of that. It's very fair. It's like something you find at the fair, that kind of
the whole thing's a circus, isn't it? This
and yet you've got this really eerie, horrific thing going on.
There is the first thing when the laugh stops. skeleton.
Pretty scary.
Yeah.
It makes it so good that he doesn't have a gun and he just has to get. And it only has one bullet, which I don't know if we'd know that straight away, but
no.
Yeah, and the death is class. The way he falls behind the scenery and the flashing lights, and you don't really know.
So well
yeah. And I tell you what I love as well. How there's like they've got cameras on him.
Yeah.
And all the footage of him like is in the bottom of the frame in the dark, like, looking around. It's so well done.
Even do you think like he will review that footage to improve?
Oh, maybe.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
That's see how he skis down the stairs.
The roly-poly combo.
Yeah.
How well does it really sets it up well that there's the mannequin and Bond, and he shoots his fingers. It's like I'm an incredible marksman. I'm a brilliant, possibly villain, but
that's it. I was going to say
I'm coming for
one of the reasons it has extra strength and value now is because we know Scaramanga, Christopher Lee, ends up being an incredible villain.
Yeah.
Why has he got Bond? What's there? Is it obsessed, or is he wants to kill Bond? Presumably
obsessed much.
I don't want to kill Bond. Well, he hasn't got a problem with Bond, does he? Because it's like Anders sends the whole bullet. And
just obsessed.
He's obsessed with him. I think. That's
he's like a Peter,
like Al Capone.
Yeah.
And it ends the little little Bond theme.
Yeah.
You see the one thing I like about it is there's minimal dialogue.
Oh yeah.
It's all mood. It's unnecessary to.
It could only be a movie, really.
I do think it is an absolutely remarkable opening sequence that is so unique and individual and crazy, but tense and incredibly creative. What an opening scene!
Yeah, brilliant.